Hello fellow wealth builders, and welcome back to the TruFinancials channel. My name of course is Dennis, and today we're going to be talking about how to live on less and save some money. Now this is a collaboration video, so I did get tagged by Troy from Dollar Dude. If you haven't already seen his video, I'll put a link in the card up above and also in the description down below. So, really quick though, if you are new to this channel, I do like to talk a lot about personal finance, investing, and retirement. So if you're interested in any one or all those subjects, definitely consider subscribing today. So the first question is, what are the most important frugal things you do every day to save money? So I thought about it and I was trying to think a little bit outside of the box. And I do drive my car every single day. I usually do it to work, grocery stores, wherever I need to go. And I actually like to pay attention to the miles per gallon that I'm getting when I'm driving my car. So the car that I am using right now does have a monitor to tell me what the average is that I'm getting. And when I first got a hold of the car, it was sitting at 29 miles per gallon. And now since I've been driving it for a little while, it's actually gotten all the way up to 36 miles per gallon. So that means I'm driving a little bit more cautiously, not hitting those brakes as hard, which also helps with the wear and tear on the car because I don't have to go and get brakes changed as often. And then it also saves me from having to go to the gas station as quickly as some other people might have to do. So the second question is, what are the best ways to save money on utilities? Now I actually have answered this in a previous video. And the thing for me is the electricity, the on and off peak hours. So making sure that you're utilizing your saving advantage on those off peak times. If you're not as familiar with on peak, off peak when it comes to electricity, what essentially that means is during on peak time, it's going to be at the highest rate possible that you're going to be paying for your electricity. And then off peak is going to be the amount that you're going to be saving versus the average cost that it goes for. So find out with your electricity company how much you're going to be saving during your off peak times and when your off peak hours start. So for us, as an example, we have our off peak starting at 7 p.m. going into 12 p.m. the next day. So anything like our laundry, our dishwasher, sometimes when we can, our cooking, and our even our AC and heater during summers and winters, to not get those started until after 7 o'clock, because that is going to save us a tremendous amount of money versus if we just did them whenever we wanted to. So question number 3 is, what is your best tip on saving money on food and household products? So for me, I like to cook at home with my wife, and what we do is we tend to make food more than what we're going to have for that dinner, so that way we have leftovers for taking to work or having for our next meal. So that really helps us out because that's less that we're going to have to be purchasing when it comes to grocery shopping, and it makes it a little easier when it comes to time management. And then as far as household products, we definitely like to use the containers that come with the things that we purchase as ways to not have to worry about getting more containers. So as an example, with our marinara sauce, after we used up all of the marinara, we wipe it down, pull off that tag, and then we can use that as a storage unit for our chocolate chips or our oats, whatever the case may be, instead of having to buy those containers separately. So that helps us save a little bit more money in that regard. So question number 4 is, what is your best tip to save money on clothes? Well, I personally don't buy a lot of clothes. I usually kind of just go with what I have, and I do shop at like Ross or Target with the $10 shirts because I'm wearing just normally plain shirts or my button downs. So I like to mix and match, and that's always a great way to save money, so and having new styles. But one thing I would recommend if you do tend to spend a lot of money on clothes is put yourself on a limit. Obviously, if you're putting a budget together, have a smaller budget on your clothing line, because then that way you're kind of forcing yourself to say, hey, that's my limit. And then hopefully that'll help you cut back on overspending. So question number 5 is, what is your best strategy to stay out of debt or pay it down? So my personal thing would be to add up all the interest that you're paying every single month for your credit card, your student loans, your car, your house, and just see how much you're paying other people, so that way you can have things a little bit earlier in life. And to me, it kind of makes me sick to think like, wow, I'm spending this much money to have something a little earlier versus just actually saving up and paying for it in cash. So add it up, see how much you're paying every single month, just in the interest, not the actual cost of, the monthly payments, but your actual interest that you're paying on there. A lot of companies will tell you in your monthly statements, so you can add those up and just kind of see what it totals out to be. And hopefully it makes you sick enough to say, I want to either get out of debt or continue to get out of debt, or even stay out of debt if you had been in the past and were thinking about going back into it. So question number 6 is going to be, what's the one thing that you do to save money that other people may not know? One thing that I do, and I've kind of also mentioned this in a previous video as well, is looking at your bank statements and your accounts all the time. The reason for it is so that way you're never getting charged for something that is not meant to be on there, whether it's a double charge, an accidental charge, or somebody just actually trying to steal money from your account. And when you do this, you're going to notice that maybe there are things on your accounts that you're overspending on, and it'll help keep you on track. So that's going to be a great way to save money that a lot of people either don't know or don't even think about, because they're like, well, I look at my bank statements once a month, or I know what I'm spending on my account. But when you actually go into your account and look over the course of the month, you're going to see things that you may not remember, why they were there, and that might be because of something that got charged either by accident, like I mentioned, or maybe a fraud thing that went through, but you didn't notice because it was such a small amount. But every little bit counts because you work hard for your money, and that way you can protect it as well too. So question number 7 is, how important is it to you to save money? Well, to me personally, it is very important. If you do know me a little bit, or watch some of my other videos, I do have a goal of reaching over $1 million in net worth. So having money set aside, building wealth is going to be very important to me, but it should definitely be very important to you too, because emergencies do happen. You want to be hopefully building wealth in your life, and you do also want to have things that you can pay for in cash, and that's only by saving money over time to be able to pay for the things that you want. So saving money is very important, not only to me, but hopefully to you guys as well. And I'd like to thank Troy from Dollar Dude once again for tagging me in his video. Again, I'll have his link in the description box down below. If you yourself haven't been tagged already, I do nominate you. I don't know if there's anyone left that I currently watch on YouTube that does their finances that hasn't already made one of these videos. And then also too, if you enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like button, and then in the comment section let me know if you have any answers to these questions that you would want to answer for other people to see, so that way we can always be helping each other and be part of that community. And as I mentioned before too, I do like to talk a lot about personal finance, investing, and retirement. So if you are interested in any one or all those subjects, definitely consider subscribing today and becoming a fellow wealth builder. And guys, thank you so much for watching.